Okay, so this is level 9. So now I have to take maximize. And the reason is because at level 12, I'm going to become an enlightened spirit. Bursting. And then I can maximize and empower. So I'll take maximize now at 9, and then I'll take empower at 12. I can't use it. You can't use it on blasting. But when I burst, I can use it. Totally worth it. It's going to be a lot better once I hit level 12. Get a lot more power. Eldritch, the blasting is good, but I like the bursting. Oh, rare. That one's up though. Yeah, if anybody watching wants to loot Feywild stuff, feel free to join.
A vast tree reaches upward to the sky, yet some form of corruption
Okay, so
has gripped
this
its
here.
roots, slowly twisting and transforming this ancient
Probably
sentinel
pull out
into
teal just in case I lag. Those lights can shoot it for well
full of life, yet something seems off.
while
A
I deal with the
sense
lag.
of unease hangs in the air. Time
There
to
is any.
find
There is a
source
little
of
bit.
corruption, then asked to stop. An ugly red magic barrier blocks the way down to the tree's heart. A strange red light fills these root tunnels, draining away the life in them. The barrier
But I've seen
flickers
these things
out
kill
as the
people
first
pretty quick,
orb
so.
is destroyed. As the second orb shatters, that sense of unease you felt fades a little. The barrier collapses when the third orb is destroyed, lifting the sense of dread from this area.
Yeah, the damage feels pretty good. I just saw Sonic hit for 120. That's really good. It's actually respectable damage.
The path down. You expect there are more orbs powering it. Blights pull themselves free from the root walls and attack.
Can't get too close to those. My fire resist is only 5. I can't color spray those, but I can web them. I'm just hoping the chain just kills it. Okay, so there are 2. If either of these shambling mounds are a champion, that can be really bad. That one is not, and that one is. The champs, for some reason, hit really hard. I've seen people get deleted by them. Worth being careful. Yeah, my Eldritch Strike here, it can't go through the root wall. I actually have to stop. And then now I've got the movement bug because I stopped in the middle of blasting. Turn it back on to get that movement bug to go away.
A shudder of relief passed through the tree's roots as the last orb in the northwest tunnel.
They still need to do a little bit of quality of life stuff on the Warlock. Pandemonium is immune to CC. Luckily, he's dead. Shield blocking while I'm on the ground. Keep shield blocking until I stand back up. I think they display how much better your defenses are when you shield block. They used to anyway. They still do. It's somewhere. I don't see it. My fort's over 100 though now. That's great. And I've actually got PRR now. 2615. My armor class 27. So I'm doing a lot better than I was. Like my stats actually look good. 19 spell resistance is really good for this level. It's still a little bit low, but it's still really good.
Your sense of dread and loss mounts as you explore this portion of the tunnels.
And all of that's primarily from the Feywild gear set that I'm wearing. I don't want to stay away from these shambling mounts. I don't know if one is a... Okay, neither is a champion, but still, they still hit really hard.
With the final orb in the northern root tunnels destroyed, crackling sounds can be heard from the barrier.
Okay, I'm good. I don't need to
The
shrine.
orb's gone. The second barrier collapses.
That dimension door trick saved me 2 fights. Good to do on Reaper if you're doing these on high skull Reapers. That's why it's always worth it if you can get Dimension Door.
Corrupting magic pours down the corridor in palpable waves, draining.
So I can Dark Delirium that mound, keep him from getting close to me, which I did. Nine seconds, I can use it again. I'll probably try to color spray this.
The Fomorian
Immune to the web. I got him with the color spray.
The Guldire's tree ritual must not be interrupted.
Okay, so this dude, I want to stay in his range of that evil attack that he does. And I'm going to basically use Teal as my tank.
In the base of the barrier, you can squeeze through. Here goes the blight.
Heroics, the hit points aren't that bad, so he should be dead really soon, but... teal.
Stop me from turning this into a Gulthias tree.
Hopefully we get
Here
something.
goes the
Oh
blast
my
that
god,
crumbles
that
to the
is
ground,
phenomenal.
gasping.
So I was wearing something that I wouldn't normally wear. I mean, it's nice to have the strength, but I won't use double strike. The Mythic 3 is obviously great. Fire absorb is always great, but that life sealed on the Cloak of Winter is death block, and it's going to give me fake hit points and false life. Like, it's just, the Cloak of Winter is such a good item. This is really successful quest for gear. It's not going to up our gear count, but
a vast tree reaches upward to the sky, yet some form of corruption has
okay,
crept
Teal, I'm
its
gonna
roots,
pin you
slowly
right here.
twisting and transforming this ancient sentinel of the forest.
Do I do Thornright? That's the question. Like, the boots in Thornright I won't wear. They're kind of craptacular. I think there's a belt in there, though. Since I'm right here, I might as well do it. I mean, I need to do the saga anyway, so I should probably do all these quests. I'm like thinking about my gear. What would best to do first? But I think this has something in it that I'll use. Like the belt is bad. Yeah, I'll lose my spell resistance if I do that, but okay. Okay.
Deep voice booms through the cavern. Turn back, stranger.
I should probably too at some point go and buy a bunch of potions.
Any who linger will be put to the test.
So we're trying to get to epics as fast as we can. Basically the plan. Get to epics, start getting some gear, getting some money. And then we'll reincarnate at 32.
A dryad leaps from the tree.
And we'll take Colors of the Queen as our epic past life. And we'll take a Warlock past life, probably. And then I'm not sure what I'll actually come back as to do Reapers. Might do a Favored Soul. Might do another Warlock. I might do a Druid. Or yeah. Did Dark Delirium on that Earth Ellie.
To complete the test, Dryad joins the fray herself.
So the damage isn't super great, but it's pretty decent. Get too close to these things. It's like I have a dot on me.
Will see you. You may enter. She makes a gesture, and a door
Okay,
opens.
that's that.
A gnarled woodwode carefully picks through a pile of brambles.
It's not
picking
enough
out the
XP
largest
for that
and
quest,
sharpest thorns.
to be honest.
Surely
5,000.
This is the Thornright. The Thornright explains
Crazy.
that he crafted a magic needle.
Oh, I got a belt!
A
Yay!
needle that now contains Hirsam's immortality. The Prince of
The best thing
Safety
about this belt is it's
Some
con
place
+4,
called
and then it gives you
Treasure
+2
Grove.
strength from Ram's Might. The 15 striding, I'm probably going to upgrade with the topaz of 30 striding. That way I can run at full speed. But it's good. It's part of the set. We were looking for a belt, so that's great. We wanted the Black Dragon Tacit, but we'll take this. I'll put it. Okay. I really need to get the bracers. Those would be phenomenal because they're best in slot. They have like an epic spell cost reduction on them. So they're level 5.
Pixies have built a village among the boughs of this.
And now that I have death
tree.
block on my cloak,
The tiny creatures flit effortlessly.
I don't have to
from
worry
house
about
to
wearing the
house.
death block bracers.
Fortunately for you, the branches form a ramp for the village's earthbound visitors.
Ghost is up. This quest is a pain. I have a certain way that I like to run it, but people run this all sorts of different ways. Okay, T, buddy. Lagging?
Somewhere in these woods, there is treasure that grows on trees. One
Okay, I'm gonna kill all this stuff at the
deserves
beginning.
more attention than others, for it bears the chest containing Hirsam's magic needle.
That group over here. Get the spider group. Clear out the shrine. Shrine is right around the just in case we need it. Okay, and I'm going to clear out these so they don't aggro on me by accident. I don't want to get too close to those pixies. Okay. Get the big fluffy spiders. Just kite them all. Okay, so now Teal, you are going. Are you on guard? You can help me with this aggro. That's a nice one, huh? I don't know what it looks like for you guys, but it looks like I'm hitting him and doing 0 damage. At least I didn't take any damage. That's scary. I mean, there's no loss and my latency's 26. That's, you know, good. No packet loss. Right here. Just gonna send. Seen people die here, so go get them. Go. Let the chain just eat these things up. Okay. Teal is super tank, although she took a lot of damage. Buddy? Alright, we're almost ready to start checking these. They do that snare. I shield block when I'm in the snare, by the way. But we don't want to be snared. Great way to get killed. Okay, so I'm going to try this one. Mimic. Okay. Did I just try this one? Oh no, this is it. Okay. This is the one. All right, so this is the one. I need to basically get ready to color spray the hell out of this thing when it pops.
As you open the chest, a unicorn leaps out. How did it even get inside? As you defeat the unicorn, a deer bursts out from it. Is that normal?
I missed. Get back here, you. Dark Delirium. Ah, what are you gonna do about that? Nothing, right? Now I'm gonna come. There you go. Okay. Dark Delirium, that thing. It's up right now. Color spray it.
The blink dog falls, but something flits out of it.
Get the bird. Teal, can you get the bird?
Here we go again.
Bird, buddy. Dark Delirium up yet? Nope. Come on. Alright, it's up now. Ah, I got it. Yeah. Alright, color spray.
The raven is slain.
Alright.
As it falls to earth, an egg rolls out. Thankfully, the egg doesn't move. Yet. A Among the shell fragments.
Alright, while we wait for that thing to fly, there,
small
this
winged
chest.
shadow sweeps down from the sky and plucks the needle out. Just
Turn
as
teal
you
on
reach
passive
for
just so it
with a
doesn't grab any
victorious
aggro.
The tiny dragon-like creature darts away with its prize.
Hey, you're welcome. Hope you're having fun. I love the hardcore, so for me it's a lot of fun. I appreciate you stopping in here too. If you haven't, give me a follow. It'll really help out. Alright, so I'm gonna dimension door. So I don't need the shrine. Actually, maybe I should shrine.
Portal, taking your prize with it.
Since we already cleared it. Just in case something stupid happens. So people do this quest all different. You guys watching it, maybe you do it different than I do it, but I have luck doing it this way. Now I'm just gonna run right in there. See, he already flew in there, the little dragon. So now we just have to go in. And technically, I don't need teal anymore. Just gonna trigger the fight and then stand on the top while the dragon times out. I'm not going to make myself invisible. I've seen people try to like hide from him invisible, but I think when you go invisible, he like fire spams you. And I don't want him to attack me at all. I'd just rather stand there and let him time out. Also picking up all of the collectibles because I'm doing crafting and I like to, you know, if I need to make something, this is a great collectible run. Off a lot of them here.
The little dragon pops up with indignation. The little dragon scoffs at your offer of money.
Okay, how about a game, buddy? I'm ready.
We're gonna play hide and catch. So first, you close your eyes. No peeking. And count to 10. And then find me. And catch it. And then you run. Ready?
I hear him. Where is he? Not here, it's the other side. There it is, I see it. Okay. Ready.
Little dragon cries out.
You found me.
I'm not going invisible. Just gonna run up here and hide. And right here. And wait, and hopefully I get the bracers. That would be awesome. I'm gonna do a reroll too if I don't. Just because it's only 3 astral shards. Do a reroll. And they will be like a huge leap up. So I don't need these anymore.
The little dragon jumps up and down.
What fun! Thanks for
Okay, and that's it. We're done.
You can have me. I just wanted to have a friend all alone.
With Gilson's precious needle in hand, you prepare to offer him a bargain. He can't.
Okay, we didn't get anything that useful. Do a reroll. Oh, I got the... No, I'm going to keep these just because they're part of the set bonus. And they have 4 dodge. That's great. But sad that we didn't get those bracers because they would have been really big upgrade for us. But, you know, we got those. So. It means we're in a 6-piece right now. Awesome. We're getting there. Now, am I going to go die in the underwater one? That's the question. Try. We're gonna try not to die. That last fight, though. That Kelpie. We're gonna have to use Teal and the Muse for it. Okay. I almost selected Reaper. And you guys really would have seen me die. Six seconds. 4 seconds. 1 second. Okay, Teal. You're my tank.
You make your way deep into the Kelpie's underwater grotto, protected by the Eladrin's magics. Now, where is the lost keepsake you were sent
You know,
to
I don't want these dudes to pop up behind me, so I'm going to tag one. I can't. Yeah, got him. Okay. All right, so that's done. It's slightly scary. Just didn't want both groups to aggro. Okay, that's good. All right, go get him.
You hear the murmur of confused voices coming from up ahead.
Yeah, so here we're gonna re-roll like as many times as we can, trying to get this crown of snow.
The first lever is pulled, and a deep rumble travels through the water.
It'll be best in slot for us, so. And I believe it has a yellow slot, so.
A strange noise, distorted by the water, comes from further down the corridor.
So if we have to, we have a dark delirium ready to go. And then I've got the color spray. Pretty sure I can hit everything in here with it. We have Teal on tank duty. I'm gonna send Teal in. Grab all the aggro. And I'll just chain everything up. It's basically the strategy I'm going to do for the boss. Hopefully it works. We'll see though.
There's an audible pop as the second lever is pulled and the barrier in the main hall dissipates.
223 hit points. You know, I mean, it's good, but it's not great because a champ could crit. No, 250. So I could easily get deleted. Okay, so this is the last fight. I've got my hit points on. Fill up Teal a little bit. Some fake hit points. I have a staunch. I'm probably going to use my staunch, actually. Okay, so go get him.
Booms an exceptionally large
There's my first staunch. So now I've got 300 while I deal with this.
The Kelpie Lord calls out. I can see you're no trying. The struggle makes the team.
Nice.
The Kelpie Lord falters, then collapses, diffusing into clumps of ragged.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
You spot the Eladrin's lost keepsake perched atop a nearby chest.
Okay, Crown of Snow, come on. Oh, I got a Queen Scepter. But no mythic on it. It's no better than the one that I have. So I'm going to re-roll that. Nice, though. But if it had a mythic, I would have kept it. Oh, come on. Okay, I've got my toes crossed. Ugh. You know what? We're going to take this because we're going to be doing radiance damage. So I will wear this ring. And it has a yellow slot. And it's part of the set. And we no longer need to wear the +4 charisma because we've got the necklace. So this is a big upgrade for us because once we switch to Utter Dark Blast, all of our damage will be light damage. Evil light damage. So we'll get radiance. We won't take advantage of the fire, but that's okay. That means I need to run this quest again. But I'm going to go sell and repair. At least we got something. Still need to get the Hex shield. Nothing really good in this list. People like spot items, so I'll take that. Throw it in the- Okay, I'm gonna go back, sell, repair. I'm also going to go AFK, so I'll be back in 5. I hope everyone's Friday's going well. That's got a mythic 4 on that. Wow. Crazy. Okay, good. That's good. Save the rest of this stuff. Now we've got 7-piece Feywild set. Would have made our... Yeah, it's not bad. Not perfect, but good. Save all this stuff. Like I said, if you see me loot something that you might need, just... Okay, potions. I'm gonna go get a bunch of potions. House K, get very serious. Oh, let's see. We may have enough favor here, too. Probably churn in that. Yeah, let's go do that. Okay. Working, so. React. Because I've got that ring, I am going to actually turn Utter Dark Blast now. That makes the most sense. Our DPS should go up a lot because House K. House K has all the guild vendors. Okay, this is what we want. So we're gonna get rid of these bound to character starter potions because they don't really heal for that much. You're serious. 500. Buy another wand. I have one of the wand. Do I qualify to use this one yet? I do. Oh. Okay, so I have a cure critical on deck just in case. It looks like we have the UMD to do all of these wands. That's great. And we are high enough level to teleport. Those. Okay. Also want. Don't need a lot of these, but buy 10 just in case. Always good to have fire shield. Just in case there's a situation where we need to take half damage from fire. And the other thing that I want to see if we qualify to get is like the full restoration. So that's 100%. What about the greater? Can't use. Yeah, we definitely want get like just in case we have some ability drain or if we get innervated or something. The other thing we want to check is don't need any agents yet, although these two spells need level 3 reagents, but I won't ever use these two spells, so worry about it. But I want to check and make enough the ones that I will use. Okay, that looks good. Excellent. It's safe to ride through the harbor? Somebody said that after that chronoscope was redone, they death zone marketplace. They fixed it if that was true. This is great. So, slot here. Excellent. I don't need to wear these. Alright, I need to check the bank and see if I have any bracers. Oh yeah, I'm talking about. Hopefully they know that. Right. Have any? Looks like we do. So what is my constitution? Is 20. If I wear these, go to 22 and I'm gonna get more. Oh, that's looks like I could use a +5 charisma too. It's unfortunate. I have to find more spell resistance somewhere. Unfortunately, like I won't probably have to craft something. We're really close to our 4th dot. And want to go back to the Feywild because I want to try to get that shield. And the Crown of Snow. Would be nice. And now we have real heal potions. Make sure I have all the quests. This again. Actually, I'd love to find a double slotted necklace or ring. Nothing. Strength 5. Yeah, I'll probably take somebody. Like I said before, if anybody watching, if you see anything that I loot that you need, just let me know and I'll mail it to you. Oh, yellow slot on boots. And 12 sheltering. Wow. 4 decks, 12 sheltering, and a yellow slot. You could put a striding gem in there. Those boots are great. That's what we're gonna take. Yeah, we don't have that much more. So I have to do the snow side. And immortality. Immortality is pretty straightforward. The last fight can be a pain, but we can do that. So we're kind of here. Before I actually run out to do that quest, though, I'm going to get House P buffs. Completely forgot that I have those. Nice. Oh, I'll show you guys if you haven't seen it. The new horse. That mechanical horse. Probably seen it, but that's it if you haven't seen it. It's cool. Very, very slick looking. That is available right now in the store under like special event items or something. It's like a one-time patron coffer or something like that. Where is this dude? Right here. Okay. How much gold do I have on? 14,000. Dump some of this gold. Just in case I perish. Okay. Actually. Oh, level 9. I can see. Oh, we qualify. Buy something good. I already have a banquet hall. Get people to archery range. There. Cool. Okay, now we're gonna go back to those quests. Try to get that gear. I think if there's one of these I'm gonna skip, it's this like first one. Not that I can't do it, but that last fight with those hags shooting those force daggers. Probably one of the scarier fights. It's not that bad on heroic, but think about all the other quests. I can't think of any that, you know, are that bad. Really? Did you have the horse?
pixies have built a village among the boughs of
Still
this
haven't seen this
towering
giant.
tree. The tiny creatures flit effortlessly from house to house. Fortunately for you, the branches form a ramp for the village's
Oh, drown one?
earthbound visitors.
And what the ghost? Ghost. Is that the quest?
Have you come for the hag? Asks the master of the hunt.
Yes, we've come for the hag.
Hunters report don't let her prey use one of the portals. Use these banners to summon my huntsman. The hag will try to avoid the huntsman. That
Would be
doesn't
really
mean
cool
you're
if that scroll was right
invincible.
here, but it's not.
Where would the sport be in that? Muses the master of the hunt. Each of my huntsmen are bound to the hunt. But when you remove their banner, you free them of their service. What they do with their freedom is your problem, not mine. The master of the hunt chuckles. If you like, you could defeat wild beasts out there to gather more lost banners. Then use them to corral the hag towards me. In this gully, she will find true death. The air nearby tingles with magic. It seems to be coming
Okay,
from
she ran around the rock there, I saw her.
If you got to higher ground, you could
Hopefully I can get the shield, so I don't have to do this quest again.
Oh, where did I put it? Where did it go?
Beatrice mutters, rubbing her hands.
Oh, Cadence will have my head, and Hirson will turn us into worms.
Why won't this guy die? Okay, I'm gonna tag her once.
Must find it. It could be used to reverse Lord Arden's curse.
Follow me back. Okay, tingle. So the scroll is up there. Good to know. Following me? Yes. Hey, meet my buddies. There you go. Should be able to tag her. A little too far.
Won't stop bothering me. I'm busy.
If I were in the ice warlock spec, I could put a dot on her. She would die a lot faster.
You don'ts will never catch me.
Oh, I did too much.
And not the wild one.
I hope she didn't go too close to. Oh, so far away. Over. Throw something. She should follow me. Right? There you go. Come on.
Oh, how could I be so stupid? Hirson will be furious. Won't stop.
Okay, she went up the hill. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I hit her too much. Alright, we need to get rid of those ravens anyway. Where's she now?
Oh, I must find it. It could be used to reverse Lord Arden's curse.
She's getting down. She's almost. So this strategy works for doing like high skull reapers. Did she go all the way around? Yes, she did. Of course she did.
Won't stop bothering me.
Oh,
I'm
that
busy.
popped her. Fall here. Her to follow me back. Star at her. Okay, I hit her. Tingles. That means that it's right here? Hopefully, that would be really easy. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Ah, next hit, I guess.
The master of the hunt.
Excellent.
called you in
Okay,
the
so the
distance.
tingles was
It
going
seems
off.
You didn't need my help
Over
after
here.
all. Impressive.
Let's see.
Come see me for your proper reward.
Oh, so it looks like it's over across the way there. Yeah, see? Oh, maybe it's up above us over here? Yep. Be careful of all the little birdies. That's a good sign. There it is. Champion Raven. Scary. They're really scary. There should be a bunch more. Yep, there they are. Okay. And that's that. It's an easy. Okay. Hopefully we get it. Fingers crossed. Nothing, but we're gonna re-roll it. We still have some shards. Oh, awesome. Oh, and it's got a mythic. Excellent. So what we lost is our blur by doing that. But we will have points that I can take out and put into this blurry if we need to do that. Don't technically need to do it though because I have the spell. I can cast it on myself. So. Okay, mission accomplished there. Gonna try for the bracers again. I forgot to pick it up. Alright, fine. Go to the underwater one. Try to get the crown of snow. I mean, technically I can live without the bracers. I would really like to get them, but... Crown of Snow has a freeze. It also gives us more DCs. Like, it's all around probably our best in slot, so... Really worth it. Try to get it. And that'll cover us. You know, we have a 7-piece set. That'll cover us into epics. Okay, Teal, I'm gonna give you Blur.
You make your
Try to
way
tag
deep
this
into
thing
the Kelpie's underwater
here.
grotto, protected by the Eladrin's magic. Now, where is the
Oh,
lost
I did
keepsake
it.
you were sent to find?
Got them all. I feel a lot better though with
Hear
the
murmur
7-piece
of
on.
confused voices coming from up ahead.
I don't feel as squishy as I did. Don't want to get anywhere near that champion Kelpie though. Very. Okay, good. Okay, I'm sending in my tank. Go get him.
A magical light fills this chamber and glints off of something mounted to the back wall. The first
I actually
lever
really
is
like
pulled.
the underwater
A deep
quests.
rumble travels through the water.
It's very cool.
A strange noise, distorted by the water, comes from further down the corridor. It sounds like growling.
Oh god, that thing. That shadow mark. Scary.
A magical barrier blocks the main corridor, preventing you from exploring deeper into the caves.
Okay, Teal, go in and get him.
The light filtering through this shallow pool illuminates a lever set into the far wall. There's an audible pop as the second lever is pulled and the barrier in the main hall dissipates. A group of Kelpies rushes in to block the path.
Oh, that actually works. We webbed them. Good to know. I think that I could web these things underwater. Try these. Can't color spray the crayfish, but we got the sea lions. Okay, Teal, you're up. Build up a little bit. Go and tank the boss for us, right, buddy? Aggressive.
Come for the bauble, have you? You're not the first.
Booms an exceptionally large and
Gonna hit
powerful
my
Kelpie as it
staunch.
charges.
Every time
Just-
we take it, the Eladrin sends someone to fetch it back. It's an endless supply of fresh fare for us.
The Kelpie Lord calls miles out.
I can see you're no easy prey, but the struggle makes the beast all the sweeter. Elementals, attend me!
Excellent.
The Kelpie Lord
Went
falters,
better.
then collapses, diffusing into clumps of ragged weeds. You spot the Eladrin's lost keepsake perched atop a nearby chest.
I don't need it. Crown of Snow. Oh, it's gonna give it to me. Try one more time. Oh, of course not. Damn it. It's quite a racket that they have, right? Nine sheltering. Pretty good. Nothing really. Dodge. So we're gonna try, since I can't pull a Crown of Snow for some crazy reason. We'll try for the other crown. The Crown of Butterflies. Which is not really that good for us. However, it still is very good. That was it. Still have a half hour in our buffs, so I'm gonna go do the mortality. Famine Reaper at level 5. This one has a lot of talking up front, so
You arrive at Hearsome Stronghold after a long, long climb up the ice stairways.
want to get this started as soon as you can.
The entrance playing a melody, while his servant Hermia flits nearby. Hearsome looks up, not at all surprised to see him.
Ah, here at last. A
trust you didn't get frostbite. Welcome to Dustfall Overlook, a prime example of my vision for the Feyworld's future, as well as its past. See how the birds,
Oh, you know what I forgot to do?
the trees and the vines have reclaimed the ruins of this Eladrin palace.
Now I'm actually using this
The
ring,
Eladrin courts to the whole.
my radiance damage. So
You seem impatient to start your duel with me.
light is 153,
Why not?
force is 137. So my DPS is gonna be up a lot. Also, my light crit is 17.
Once you
It's gonna
complete
be up
the
a lot.
lessons I have designed, we will
It's gonna
speak
help us
again.
kill things faster.
But until then,
Hirsum bows, then disappears. A curious door glimmers into view.
There's a free
Even
chest in this.
curiouser, it vanishes mere seconds after it appeared. You decide to keep your eye out for it as you complete Hirsum's lessons. You tumble out of breath into a shaded grove where Hirsum's herd of
Last
craftsmen
season, this is where one of the
stands in
pieces
the
is
grass.
hidden.
Scar regards your presence in the grove with obvious disdain. But she tells you about the deals she made with Hirsum. That she and her
Why not?
husband
We'll
alone
take free
freely
XP
remade
and free loot.
Feywild. Pillaging and ruling the land Hirsum grants them as they see fit.
Gonna do the optional as well. Kill the optional boss because it's a named loot chest. So take a pull on it if we can. Pull a crown of butterflies. We will.
Hirsum's voice
I think
floats
bracers
in
drop out of here too. Although I think they're melee
nowhere
bracer.
at all.
I have provided you with a feast for the senses. Once you and your fellows are ready, step up onto the table.
All right. So he doesn't want anything that's.
You'll be
Gaudy.
shut in until you've learned your lesson.
So this is easy, right? Gourmet cake is too gaudy. He just wants the simple apple.
Hermia tells you that you must choose an object
Basically.
from the collection displayed on the table.
That's how you do
Whether
that.
You make the right choice.
The simple answers are always the ones that he wants.
Understanding of Hirsum's thoughts and ideals. You're surprised to discover that a watch has been hidden within this object. You hear a loud rumbling noise, which strangely reminds you of a human. The door slams open, and a Fomorian walks out into the chamber.
Finally, more Eladrin for supper.
He shouts. You collected a watchword and killed the hungry Fomorian. Now you are free to leave the Hall of Objects. A new understanding of Hirsum's ideas.
Hey Trog. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are having a great day. Chat. And if you're doing hardcore, I hope you're having good luck. If you see me pull anything and you need it, let me know and I'll mail it to you. Cool. What is hitting me? Food? Not cool. It's actually pretty easy to get to this chest. It's right here.
Echoing from an adjoining room.
There's a named in here. I think it's a werewolf.
You?
Come, dear. I've just finished baking another pie.
As you open this door, an unsettling aroma floats towards you. Fresh pastry, but with an undercurrent of rotten meat,
Why, you're not Little Red.
says the voice.
Okay, so this chest is named loot. So we're gonna give it a couple of rolls.
Granny falls to the ground.
Shards do I have left?
The cookware clattering down around her.
Okay, fail. Fail. Oh, God, it's so pathetic. Nope. I mean, the crown of butterflies is kind of hard to get, but I thought I maybe would have got the bracers. No. Okay. Now we're gonna run back and do the other side and then end the quest. Pretty much all of the monsters on this side are dead as long as we just run out the same way we ran in. Right here. Up. Then we can use this shrine. Normally I wouldn't use this shrine, but since it's Hardcore League, I'm going to. I'm not coming back over this side. Not bad, I can get myself close to 250 hit points. Pretty cool considering I'm Drow. Which, you know, arguably is like the worst race to play for hardcore. Warlock's not a really solid choice either. But it's still good, you know, I mean, it's good.
Satyr and a small band of musicians stand in a crumbling amphitheater.
Alright, this is gonna quickly get disgusting. Want to stay away from these pixies, and I also don't want to lag. Like, that's just not cool. Luckily on heroics, this stuff has a lot less hit points than if we were in here on legendary.
Once you defeated the musicians, his lesson would really begin. But you can't see any way out of this room. Other than the way you came. What did he mean? Standing by a weak section of flooring, playing the fiddle, has revealed another section of this wing. Fearsom's voice booms into your ears.
So, you mastered the phase
Oh, I saw my spell resistance pop.
finding the watchword, or a way out of here. You'll need its music.
Color spray works great on all these. I did love that cloak. Takes a little bit of time to get used to the path through here, but it's not that bad. The CC we have is solid, right? I mean, we just locked everything down.
A gargoyle perches on a high ledge inside this room.
Alright, so he's gonna follow me. I want to get rid of these things down here.
Maybe I can help you find your way.
Okay.
The
See if I
gargoyle
did it
flinches
fast
at your
enough.
word. A chunk of stone chips off his body. Tourmaline
Yes,
shudders as even
great.
more of his stone body chips off.
Oh, now I have to
One
actually...
more strong blast should do the job. The gargoyle flinches, giving you the time to send a musical blast from the pit. The stone guardian splinters and shatters into pieces before your eyes. The red signal crystal on the wall lights up when you pull this lever.
You guys notice that not a lot of stuff is dropping out of boxes that you break? I think they changed something. Maybe it's just because I'm looking for stuff and it's not actually different, but it feels like stuff drops a lot more on the live servers when you break a box. And again, it could just be because I'm looking for stuff, but... Could just be a bias because I want to see something.
A statue rests in this chamber. Now that you have collected both watchwords, you can unlock the door to the roof. The root barrier disappears. Behind it, you notice a strange ring of mushrooms that has sprung up in the soil. Now that you've collected this watchword,
Stay away from the
all that's
pixies.
left to do is find a path out of this labyrinth.
Go. Almost done.
This door matches the one you used to enter this labyrinth.
I'm gonna use teal to tank the last fight because of all the junk that spawns. And I probably don't need it, but just want to be extra safe.
This door has been
Don't really
sealed
feel like
with a
starting
magic
over.
incantation. Only the 2 watchwords can unlock it, which Hearsum has hidden in his stronghold. You clear your voice and speak the watchwords aloud. The door rumbles and creaks open, revealing the path to the roof. You can confront Hearsum if you step out onto the roof of Duskfall.
Okay, Teal, you're up.
Arena Kid.
Congratulations are in order.
Hearsum says.
Aggression, gonna give you some blur.
I have just one time.
Refresh my aid.
All you see before you is an illusion. Mementos of what the Feywild is now. And what I so wish to destroy.
2 familiar
Hopefully we can get this stuff all dead really quickly.
illusory versions of Lord Arden and the Prince of Frost.
These 2 fours, allies, stand in my way. Strike down these so-called friends of yours, and I'll reveal myself.
Then Lord Arden's illusions cling
So I'm just basically going to dance around this frozen dude like a spoke on a wheel, or like shooting the chain at it and let the chain bounce off of that and kill everything. basically. Flag in a circle. That way I don't have to pick targets. I can just shoot at him and let the change shape do the work for me.
The force brings full.
It worked pretty well.
Spray of ice
Teal was our lag
The gleaming
no
walls of the room
insurance,
dim,
just in case.
then fade away. Hear some whistles.
It's not that laggy, but it's a little bit laggy.
Oh, I hadn't imagined you'd be so ruthless. I wonder how
But
your
that looks good, right?
lord and that bitter archfey would feel, knowing
No
how
loss.
easily you betrayed them.
He shrugs.
The lesson is now complete. You have earned your audience.
Alright, so this is the big chest. We want to get a headpiece. Head.
Before you can leave, a cold
I'm running out of
commanding
shards.
voice peals
Okay,
out.
let's go.
What have you done? We had a deal, Hearson.
To be sure,
Replies Hearsome.
God.
a bargain.
Gonna be nothing again?
And I will deliver.
Ugh, that is so disgusting.
I've simply lent these codex pages to these mortal adventurers.
Well, looks like I'm gonna be wearing a helmet from the Isle of Dread.
After all, it'll be no trouble to bring them to you when they die. A century or 3 should do it.
I will not forget your insolence, Archfey.
Snaps the mysterious stranger.
And you, mortals. I will not forget you either.
I mean, I have a 7-piece, so let's check.
If I have to pry them from your cold, dead.
I did all of the quests in the swamp. I did this one. The only quests I should have left is the one at the front and then the snow quests. So I think what I'll do is I'll just head up to the snow quests, get those done, and that should be the saga. I can turn the saga in and then I can take level 10 and start all that stuff. That will unlock Barovia. Barovia also has gear. So likely what I'll do is I'll farm Death House to get the boots. Maybe I'll get a helmet from one of these, though. Oh, I went too far. We're invisible, so it's going to keep the zone from red
It's
alerting.
not clear whether this structure was meant to be a shelter, a temple, or just a decorative addition to the view.
So they'll know I'm riding through them, but they won't be able to actually.
Within the distance of just a few short steps,
They'll hear the
temperature plummets and snow covers the
footsteps,
ground.
but they won't know exactly where I am.
Was this sudden change in the
But, you know,
climate?
that's all irrelevant. The best part of it is that it won't red alert. If you were with other people, they could red alert it. But you'd still be safer. Or invisible. Still a bad situation, though, to get stuck in a red alert. So, one of the reasons why I like running quests by myself is, you know, if I die, it's going to be something stupid that I do. It's not going to be some, you know, random.
Ahead lies Bitter Spine Palace, home to the Baron and Baroness.
But, I mean,
Bittersweet,
that's the, if anybody
one
wants
of the
to
main
jump in and
holders
grab one of these quests,
of
you're
the
certainly welcome
Prince
to.
of Frost.
This quest can suck, by the way.
You have arrived at Bitterspine Palace, home of one of the Prince of Frost's vassals, you proceed with caution. Whether you're expected by the Baroness or not, the Prince of Frost's cold reputation...
Wonder
is
if I
known
have
throughout
enough
the
allure to
Feywild.
do that.
The Prince of Frost stands before a throne overlooking the crowded ballroom, the Baroness beside him. However, the third throne on the dais
Probably
stands
not,
empty.
but maybe.
The air chills as the Archfey points a finger toward
Try
you.
it.
Why have you disturbed me with your presence, Outlander?
If I may, my prince, says the Baroness, a connection in the summer court.
Gonna do the
and
extra
word
chest,
that
too.
has arrived. I have granted them an audience. I assure you, they will not disturb the ball. You're told that Osha loathes extravagant parties such as this one. He's likely to be avoiding the crowd somewhere, perhaps out on the windward balcony. You hear a bell chime in the ballroom as you pull this lever.
Even sure what my allure skills. Diplo is terrible. Bluff is alright. So I can get that up a little bit. That one.
The door to the treasure vault is bolted shut. Perhaps one of the waitstaff knows how to get inside.
Excellent.
The head waiter explains that Osha told him not to allow anyone into the treasure vault. However, you're able to persuade the goblin to unlock. Water elementals flood out of the treasure vault to confront the intruders.
Great. Web still works really good.
You hear a bell chime.
So should we put Froggo to work? Why not, right? See anything, Froggo? Pick this, buddy. Excellent. Work. We just take the paintings back. You can detour too, but
You notice a bizarre painting depicting the Wintertide ballroom. To your
and now we go
surprise,
up and we talk
you're
to the
able
genie.
Step through it and into the ballroom itself.
As long as I remembered to pull levers.
This door leads
So
out
this
to the
dude
windward balcony.
can allure him
With
too,
dim
but I'm
gems
not
on
sure
either
what the...
side. You can see that it has been sealed to prevent guests from following Osha outside.
Fry.
The court advisor stares off into the
Still have
distance.
that I do.
At the sound of your footsteps, he jolts, turns around, and lets out a dejected sigh.
Oh, let's see what my highest number is. Spellcraft, Diplo. The Diplo's garbage. 15. Craft. Spellcraft, good. 36. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Osha hands you a
Excellent.
key. He tells you
So that was good.
The cerise flower can be found in the center of the Aurora Garden, but warns you not to let the true nature of your visit become gossip fodder for the other
That
guests.
saves us a fight. Oh, right, Aurora Garden. Actually really like these quests in the Feywild.
You step out into the snowy garden. A peculiar patch of grass grows in its center, along with a flower that emanates a magical, chilly aura. The flower crumples away into nothing in the palm of your hand and instantly regrows in the soil. The newly sprouted flower glows blindingly for a moment, and, unexpectedly, a shockwave rocks the palace. To your surprise, the ballroom is now covered in twisting vines and familiar flowers.
I thought I eradicated those flowers a millennia ago, but now they're everywhere.
Snarls the Prince of Frost.
Outlander, you will fix this. I'll turn you into a block of ice.
Lady Lazuli informs you that there were only 2 Eladrin nobles she didn't recognize in attendance tonight. Knows you can tell you.
Okay. Open the shrine.
The resident social butterfly at the Prince of Frost's court.
Here's the first. Oh.
Sir Snowdrift tells you that Lord Beryl was last seen slinking off to the kitchen in search of a fresh
Not gonna
bottle
use
of
that.
wine. Then he
If we need it, it's there. Really cool that the web works on those lights, yeah. Second noble?
Lord Beryl says that Dame Allegra has gone to explore the Prince of Frost's quarters. Speaking with her is the next step in solving this.
We'll do the
black
optional. The optional can be a pain, but there's a safe spot. And this gear is so good, it's worth doing it. The color spray worked on the water. Yeah, that's great.
group of palace guards stand at attention in front of the Prince of Frost's quarters. You'll have to defeat them in order to enter.
Scary champ.
An Eladrin noble stands at the base of the stairs that lead to the Prince of Frost's quarters. This must be Dame Allegra, the mysterious newcomer you're looking for. Dame Allegra saw a hooded stranger plant the frosted cerise in the garden. She bids you to follow her there, so she can help you search for clues about the culprit. A frost giant snores on the floor of this
Welcome
chamber.
back.
Clearly, you didn't think anyone would dare to intrude.
Alright, so the safe spot's right here. Like if you're doing this quest in a pug, you can hang right here and it's safe. You can DPS from right here, it's reasonably safe as well.
No, there must be something hidden inside. The spout on this fountain turns like a door handle.
It's with the Eldritch.
Secret passage slides open along the back wall. Hidden away in this room stands a sculpture of a woman. Its plaque reads, "For my love. In ice you survive." The Prince of Frost had hidden a journal inside a sphere of...
So this allows me to pick off all of these ads, and then,
long lost love.
you know, I can control like how close I get to
As
that
you drop the
giant.
journal, the frost giant bursts into the room, along with a squad of red-capped guards.
Just so he doesn't do some sort of baseball bat hit on me. He's going down pretty quick, but if you were doing this on like a high skull reaper by yourself, it's a good trick. Hey, big money. This is a named loot chest. Oh, of course, nothing, right? Why break with how it's been going? Okay, I'll do one on this. That's it. And then you can run down and go out the painting, or you can. I'm gonna use this shrine because this is the last fight. Gonna staunch probably for the last fight. I'll probably pull out Teal just to be my tank as well.
Dame Allegra stands in the center of the garden. She lets out a low chuckle.
I have to
Did you like
have to build up charges in order to use that. Okay.
It was good fun, riling up that gloomy prince.
Hey, Teal,
Always
go get her.
entertains my master here some.
Allegra
Oh,
transforms
ow.
before your eyes.
With the negative level immediately.
Cadence, Night who caused such trouble for the gatekeepers back in Storm Region.
Happy to see me, dearie. Good. It'll be for the last time.
Luckily in heroic the stuff doesn't have a lot of hit points, so
I think that's enough taunting for one day.
see if my
Let my pretty
restoration
petals
scroll works to
finish
get rid of that
off.
neg level.
With a mad cackle, she vanishes. In her place, a shambling mound rises to attack. The mass of flowers and vines crumbles into ash. Yet it leaves behind one last frosted cerise flower. You pluck the frosted cerise flower from the snow. This time, the
At least
bloom
it was
stays
one
in the
level,
palm of your hand.
right?
Instead of crumpling away into
She could have
nothing.
enervated me for a lot more.
Return to the Baroness to tell her what happened. Though the prince himself would never admit to it, the Baroness tells you he's in your debt.
Medium armor,
for
right?
The Night Hag's scheme. And now that you have
Oh, no, that's the
frosted
heavy.
cerise,
It's got a mythic
you're
on it
one
though.
step closer to waking Lord Arden.
That's good if I decide to like make a cleric or something. It's great.
Ahead lies Bitterspine Palace,
I can-
home to the Baron and Baroness Bitterspine, and one of
This
the
is gonna
many
be interesting.
holdings of the Prince.
The Prince of Frost glowers down at you.
Buddy, you're gonna hang out right
Why
there
have you
first.
come here? Out with it!
Wonder if I
Prince of
have
Frost
enough
chuckles.
to get the
His
griffins.
eyes remain cold
see.
and hard as they bore down at you.
Hopefully.
You come asking for favors when you impose on me by your very presence? Not many would dare to overstep so cavalier. But as I feel numb with tedium, I will allow it.
Probably don't need
Perform
teal.
the 3 tasks
but-
I have set for you. Only then will I consider your request.
The Prince of Frost waves his hand, and a trio of portals.
Okay,
open
while I
nearby.
wait for this, I'm going AFK a second.
And be quick about it. Each second you stand here is a second of my patience being siphoned away.
Alright, hopefully I have the stats to do this easy and skip this fight. Hope everyone's having a good Friday night. Life is good, right? DDO Friday night. You know what? Before I do this, I'm gonna start the brother fight. See if I have the allure skill to
injured guard calls
hit blow
out to
him
you.
or bluff him.
You there? You have the look of an adventurer. The villagers have been captured and dragged off by those brutish Fomorians. I'm in no shape to do anything about it. Rescue them, please. I beg of you. You overhear an argument between the Fomorians. Perhaps there's some way to take advantage of this strife?
Get our buff going. Definitely. Bluff is 18, intimidate close 15, and intimidate is definitely bluff. Success, right?
Lurtz considers your words.
He's gonna go fight.
Then gives a single nod. He
Get outta
begins
here.
heading towards where he last knew his brother to be.
Hopefully we can deal with the griffins without fighting. Then we'll sneak the other one if we can. Hopefully. It may turn into a bloodbath where I die horribly.
You've arrived at Rhymes Refrain,
But at least it'll be
one of the Prince of
captured.
Frost's favorite venues.
And I'll be able
He
to upload
demands
it
that you
to
remove
YouTube.
the griffins that seem to have made their home inside the amphitheater. A number of griffins are perched throughout the amphitheater. They look at you apprehensively.
Okay, I don't want to
but
fight
make no
these
move to
things,
attack.
so need for this. Heal, spot, or spellcraft. Well, our spellcraft is pretty good. Spot is terrible. Our heal is god awful. Spellcraft is 34, so that's what we're gonna do. That was a
You
success.
skillfully
That's
tend
great.
to the griffin's wounds.
I'm not going to run
In
back
time,
because
the
there are mobs
griffins
that
will be
spawn
able
in,
to return
so.
to their usual lairs.
But if you had to
The
run back, you
amphitheater
just
can
run
now
back
return
along
to
the
regular
left
use.
side.
That takes care of one favor for the Prince of Frost. The tramp
Okay,
of
so that's
approaching
done.
groups
The village
echoes
is
through the
doing its
amphitheater.
thing.
Then a vicious voice
I
calls
have
out,
Teal pinned if I need backup, but hopefully I can just sneak this.
The hunters have caught up to the injured matriarch, but she is in no condition to fly. You find yourself inside the base held by the rebel bandits. The Prince of Frost wants you to retrieve a wine chalice that they stole. The bandits said something about needing to get the patrolling sentries to wake everyone up. It may be possible to sneak past the sentries and
See
through
'em.
the sleeping bandits without
See any?
needing to fight.
Oh, he's walking away. Great. I don't see. Okay, the rune is in this room here. One of them is. Try to find the other rune. I just basically have a key that, tab targets through. I can see the storage bin in there, but there's no rune. And you can make a key. Pretty easy to do. Luckily, these werewolves, they're nearsighted, so should be good right here. Oh, did he see me? Hopefully he leaves. Still there? Okay, I don't see anything. Doesn't always work, but I don't see any. Fungus and see any. Possible that I miss it. Doesn't always target right. But we certainly want to do it this way. Like, we don't want to wake up all the mobs. Okay, so follow him. Okay, good. There it is. There's the room. Yeah, exactly. Only 2 ranks. Members and officers, and even if I were to like designate Cozy as the successor, it doesn't matter because the successor is only considered an officer. Even I'm considered an officer as guildmaster. The only thing I can do different as guildmaster is remove an officer. That's the only thing different. Everything else is the same, and it's because they designed the game around 6 people playing. That's why all of the like best guild bonuses are given to guild that has 6 members. Didn't really plan on, you know, what we do, like having 1,000-person guild. They probably never thought that that would happen, right? But so, you know, I did the runes. Now I need to go and do the fight. Yes, so pretty sure the fight is in the back. That means that likely have to follow this sentry. Then what I can do is just mention door. Hey, welcome. Happy Friday. Hopefully you guys doing hardcore, having fun, making progress. Uh-oh. No, let's go this way. Hey, Cozy. Yeah, there's only 2 ranks. So you're already an officer, right? So the only difference is that you can't kick other officers, but web this thing.
Paging through this well-worn journal, you learn that the bandit
out of town.
captain has a private stash of treasure hidden somewhere in the caverns. It would certainly
Now we go
be a
check the
shame
village.
if it were to be left behind.
Everyone here should be
This
dead.
is the missing wine chalice that the Prince
Hopefully.
of Frost requested.
Yeah, I can switch after this. Fine. But give me a break. I've been gear farming, so you know what I'm gonna do? Here, our pocket tank is going in. Get him, Teal.
The Fomorians have been defeated.
There we go.
And the village is now safe.
All done. Easy peasy.
To once again even the scales, the Prince of Frost agrees to lend you his powers in reaching Hirsum's fortress. You can now
Okay,
proceed
of course
with
we
the
got
final
nothing,
part
but
of
we're
the
gonna
plan,
do a reroll.
trading Hirsum's needle for the
Oh,
Phoenix
I got a
pages.
belt. The Mythic 3. Great. That's good. That actually is better than what I'm wearing. I just had to find +4 con somewhere else. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so this was good. All right, so I'm going to pin back, then switch, kick out the dead people. And then when DDO first launched, I had a guild in it that was pretty big for DDO, you know. I also beta tested Lotro. I have a guild over in Lotro, although the people in my guild haven't logged on for like 5,000 days. It's really, everyone stopped playing after like the first year over in Lotro, but I really liked Lotro when they did the Moria update. So I did a lot of PvPing back then. I used to like it a lot. I like PvP. I'm like a guy who, you know, enjoys that sort of gameplay. But one of the things that I really like about DDO is the fact that it has no PvP. So we don't get the mentality that that goes along with PvPers. Not always every game. Like Fortnite, that game is okay for a game that's heavily. SWTOR was awful. It's awful. What I mean is like the chat and the way people talk to each other. It was just awful. But it's just a lot of PvPers all, you know, trying to talk shit to each other. What do I want to do here? Yeah, I'm gonna look and see if there's a slotted ring. I'm looking for a double slotted ring, basically. What I want. I want to try to craft. I haven't worked any crafting yet, but I want to try to craft a spell resistance ring. It would be really nice to find a double slotted ring. I doubt I'll find one, but you never know. Would be really cool to get like yellow and green. Those are the best. Blue slots are okay. Check the other instance. Yeah, people are pretty good about not selling slotted items. The only other, I could farm for the cloak in Party Crashers, but I don't want to take off the Cloak of Winter. Cloak of Winter is just so good. So nice. Yeah, let me know if you get anything good. Oh, here's a blue slot ring. No, that's the only slotted ring. So I'll probably buy it just because that's it, but not really. Yeah, I would love follows on Twitch. Okay. Oh, right. The Vorpal candy is on deck 4, so avoid that. What I mean is the danger room, right? Don't go looking in the danger room on hardcore. Do it on the live server. I appreciate that. Yeah. The way that Twitch is set up, for some reason, I guess once I hit 50 followers, I will qualify for whatever the next level is, I guess. I don't know what they call it. I'm pretty new to Twitch, so I've had my YouTube channel now for a few years, but I'm learning Twitch, so I apologize if the stream is weird. It's just me sort of sorting out like Streamlabs and all the different settings and all that stuff. I want to get custom like emotes and icons, those little things. And I think all of you guys who've been watching me since I started should qualify for some sort of like custom thing. Like OG, original, original followers. Like, I just have to look and see what I can come up with for it. And then transition screens too, like I'm looking into that. Like right now when I go AFK, I don't really activate anything special, so I just have to mess around with Streamlabs. I need to bank this stuff. That's what I need. It's good to see Scarlet. Yeah, I didn't think she was gonna play. She told me she had all the rewards, so. Nice. I don't know exactly what just happened, but cool. I heard a noise. Oh, nice. Thank you very much. That's awesome because I'll actually get to see if it works because I just set all that up. So, let's see. I appreciate that. saving all this stuff, sell off. So like I said, if you guys see any of the non-bound loot that I have, if you need something, like I have a buckler that has blur on it. Very good. Oh, Demetrius. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. I just set that Streamlabs thing up, so see if it works. I won't use this, but look at that. That is a Mythic 4. Yeah, I don't even know if I have like the. I have to check which. If, you know, like I can do subs or not sure yet. Bank that. Yeah, the secondary monitor that I'm looking at. What would be ideal would have I'd have 2 monitors, but when I get a new computer, I'll do that. Alright, so level 9, I have enough XP to take 10. I'm pretty much done farming the Feywild. I've got my 7-piece set. I think I probably should take 10 and then do those, yeah, forest, dude. Am I still wearing that armor? Absolutely. I'll probably be wearing that armor until level 29. No, it's great. Mythic 1 on the Cloak of Winter. Mythic 1 on the Sunlight. I have to sort of figure out what to do with that. Oh, you know what? Oh, that's great. I just noticed that. I can do that right now. I don't need this. I have Con 5 from my bracers. I have Speed 15 from my boots. So the only thing that this belt is giving me is Ram's Might. And I have that other belt that's going to make my armor class go up. That's great. That'll actually make it so that I'm not as squishy, because I'll get some sheltering as well. Yeah, this thing. So 29, 31, right? 36, 35. That's a lot better. And that one's a Mythic 3. And it's got a yellow slot. Right? I mean, so you know what I could do? Because I think I have a topaz. Yeah, I've got this quick movement topaz. What do you guys think? Is quick draw even worth it? I usually try to get it if I can, but I don't think it's going to work for Warlock, really. But, I mean, right? Yeah. I should probably save that slot for something better. Put a feather falling in that rock slide ring. I have a yellow slot right here on the Ring of Summer Heat. So you know what I need to get? I need to get, for one of these yellow slots, I need to get a striding as plus 30% striding. And then if I could get a dodge, I could swap these boots out with something else. I'm going to have to probably do that anyway because I'm going to hunt for the freedom of movement boots from Death House. But these boots are going to go anyway. And then my helmet, I need to get one out, like in Isle of Dread. Try to get one out there. Hopefully I do a chronoscope and I get the goggles from there. And I need to find a better trinket. I also would like to find like a higher resist and either slot a sapphire and get rid of these gloves altogether or just upgrade these. So there's still a bunch of stuff I can upgrade. Yeah, I got really lucky with the pulls, with the mythic bonuses. I have a whole bunch of them. Oh. Pretty good. If anything's gonna keep me alive. 36 PRR isn't the best, but it's with 100% fortification, it's pretty good. And then 36 AC is not that great, but it's not that bad for level 9. I'm thinking about the quest in House P. That level 7 quest. That gives a boat of XP. Wellens and the other one. Tier. Wellens has a lot of traps, but Tier is pretty straightforward. Just a lot of mobs. But it gives a lot of XP, so the plan now is to farm the Isle of Dread, right? I'm just trying to get to 20 as fast as possible. And I hit level 12, switch over to Enlightened Spirit. I'll lose color spray, but my DPS will go up. Let's do that. Basically, if anybody's around the same level as me and you want to do tier, welcome to. I don't even care if you pike if you want XP. Should be, you know, this is old content, so this should be reasonably straightforward. As long as I don't get like crazy lag or something.
Dank water drips on you from the moss hanging above.
God, the chain at low level is so strong. As long as I keep them away from me. Oh, yeah, he resisted. Wow. Need to get an item that boosts my fusion DC. Technically, though, I don't really need to worry about it because I'm not going to this tree that much longer.
Just steps ahead of you, an open shaft descends into water. Paths continue further to the north and west.
So I was really happy. I watched the Video Game Awards. I didn't catch all of it, but was happy that Baldur's Gate won. Definitely deserved it. I was surprised Alan Wake won so much. I mean, it's a really cool game, but they won a lot of awards. They won like 4. I haven't played it, but it looks really good. I usually don't play games like that though, but it does look really good. I would play it. Game I'd probably really want to try is Dave the Diver. That looked good. And of course Zelda. That looked really good too. I played Genshin Impact, which is basically it's like a remake of the Breath of the Wild, which won, I think it won Game of the Year last year, year before. Really good. I don't play Genshin that much, but it's pretty cool. Role-playing game. It's anime though, so very different than DDO. But it's also a gacha game, meaning like you can play it on your phone, and they just try to get money from you like constantly. So I haven't spent any money on it, but as a result of me not spending any money on it, none of my characters, none of my weapons are good. So I really want you to buy their little loot boxes or whatever they call them. But I did buy the, you know, the patron coffer that they just put out in DDO. So I got that House Cannith horse and the House Cannith armor. It's pretty cool. Looks really good.
You round the corner to find another large room. This one filled with platforms.
See a cookie. Wow, 70. 70 mysterious remnants. Okay. Oh, there's another one on, right? I would like to know if anybody else plays DDO with an Xbox controller. I think I'm the only one. Really? Played since day one with a Logitech gamepad. Interesting. How similar is a Logitech gamepad to a Xbox controller? Are they similar? Cool. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a clone of the PlayStation pad. Cool. Dark Delirium on that champion. Too close. Probably gonna use teal once I get to this city just because there's a billion mobs down there. I'll probably use Illyri to get some mana back. Yeah, you know what? I own Xpatter. You're talking about the software, right?
As you emerge from the pipe, you find yourself in a cavern
Key map.
of the familiar
Yeah,
sewers.
that's exactly. I
Just
used
against
that in
slopes of
Star
village
Wars
of Arzag Kor.
in order to play Star Wars with the Xbox controller because Star Wars: The Old Republic didn't have built-in controls like DDO does. So I had to use the third party for that. And I bought Xpatter. It's funny, the only other person I know who even knows what Xpatter is. Oh no. Got tripped. Throw down a web before I open the door. Yeah, it works really well. It's a great little program.
The caves continue to twist and turn. Many intertwining footprints.
I used to use it when I tanked in Star Wars. So I would have, you know, like my taunt, which is like intimidate. I would have that keyed with like another action. I would just string them all together through Xpatter and then have it go through like, you know, the A key on my controller or something. It worked really well.
A single lever is mounted on the southern wall. It might control the door in the previous passage.
Okay, I'm gonna Illyri right now because I don't think the shrine is coming up. I don't think you can get Illyri anymore, right? She's the friend bundle. I think I paid $10 for that a couple years ago. Maybe more than a couple years ago, maybe like 5 years ago. Yeah, I used to play Elder Scrolls. I have a guild over there. I have Mary over there. Yeah, I liked it. It's a beautiful game. I just didn't like the combat. Why I left. This wasn't, wasn't my what I considered something that I liked. But the game itself was beautiful.
The tunnel opens into
Okay,
an
Teal.
expansive canyon.
Actually, I'm not gonna pull
You
Teal
have
up.
discovered the hidden.
The Arzak core city looms before you. It is dangerous to remain here.
Dark Delirium. And he's dead. Yeah, I shut my Elder Scrolls account off years ago, though. Like, I did it when they had that big launch where they got all the voice actors and were running around somewhere underground. And then I got a massive like house that's in a cave on the water, and set up my guild and got a stable going, and it was good. I mean, I liked it, but like I said again, the combat, I just didn't, not a fan. We used to say if they could bring like the actual gameplay of DDO into that game's graphics, then that would be like the best of both worlds. Because DDO has like really great combat and gameplay. It's just it looks a little dated now, right? Because it's so old, but I actually really don't mind. Compared to WoW, like DDO looks very similar. WoW is older. I have to be careful in here. Teal on active. Throw down other web. Yep, and jump around. I'll let them get a target. Yeah, there's a game coming out, I think it's called PAX D. They're making it in Unreal 5. It's basically like a RPG. Looks really good. I'll probably try that. I think it's a massive game, like with other people, like an MMO, I think. We'll see how it goes though. Like right now it's in like alpha, so it may never get launched or it may get launched. I like to play different games. Like I'll always play DDO, but I do require like a variety of different games to sort of go through. It's difficult for me to just play one game, although I have been playing a lot of DDO over the last 6 or 7 years. I have a lifetime Lotro account because I beta tested for Turbine, and I tried to log in and they just have SSG just released a giant update for Lotro, but I can't get into it because it's like my characters, they're like level 75, and the game now, the max level is like 150. So I would have to quest through so much of the game in order to get to the content. I could do like a boost But at that point, then I would have no idea what any of my abilities do. I'd have this max level character with all these skills that I don't know how to play. I wouldn't even know where to go. So I no interest over there to do that. Especially when it's a lot of time too, right? Like I try to maximize my time. So
The hole leads down into yet another cavern.
yeah,
Must
I
be
have no
the
desire.
part of the Hobgoblin village.
So usually what I do, I log in and I do like low level Lotro stuff. I just refresh my houses. That's it. Ah, yeah, see? That worked. Teal took it. Nice. Teal for the win. They tripped Teal, not me. Okay, so mobs behind me and... Oh. That's the red name. Can't see him. Nice. Yay, I survived. It was touch and go there for a second. %4 spell lore, that's good. See any this list. Probably not going to do these quests here. Okay, I can take level 10. So at 10, I can still do chronoscope, right? Yes. It's level 6. Definitely want to do. Still do Dread Sea. I can still do all of. Oh, the only one I wouldn't be able to do is Lara, right? Like I need to do Delara 1 right now in order to get the voice of the master. That's basically what Delara. If anybody needs Delara Part 1. Voice of the master will be really helpful later. Still have 40 minutes. Good. Have enough. I could get a cleric, but honestly, What's the level 9? Oh, I could. Nimeth. It's the best. Amazing.
This Stellara module is.
I'm gonna have to grab a Nimeth. She is very good.
The tomb opens
Forgot
up
about her.
into a larger space. The underground structure is much bigger than the surface entrance would suggest. The holy symbols of the sovereign host adorn the walls around you. This place was once hallowed.
You got lumps of coal and one for your coin turn in. Did you get any like unique of the new cakes? Still curious to know if they put back resurrection cakes. I doubt they will because they sell us cakes, but at one time there used to be resurrection cookies. So let's see if Frago can do this trap. Think. Buff and everything. Hey buddy, don't blow the box up. You, I am. Oh, good job. It's gonna happen though, he's gonna die. Hopefully I can kill this stuff before they kill him. Oh, did you get a Dwarven thrower? That's cool. Yep, there's a trap right here, buddy. Excellent. That it for the traps in here? I think so, right? Or is there a trap in this hallway? There's a trap in this hallway, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah. There is one right here. Okay, that's it. Oh boy. That's a champion. Scary. I'm worried about like a champion level draining me. Lots of jumping. I'm really hoping now that they change the drop rate on those cards that I can actually get some useful bonuses for my gear. Uh-oh. God damn. Let's see, will that will. No, I kind of want to go into Vistani just to get immunity to energy drain. Like, just say the hell with Painted Scholar. Once I get into epics, I can get energy drain immunity, but I think Vistani is the only place I can get it in heroics.
You notice a note on the floor.
Unless I was a
near
Warforged.
mangled body there. A chill passes through you as skeletons rise behind the bars to the sides of the room. They don't
Oh,
look
he hit me with a slow.
entirely solid.
Okay. Lots of jumping. So that's good. So we've got this out of the way. Now that's flagged. That means that I can level up. I just need to make sure that I have all the level 5 Feywild quests done right if I want to get that saga. Which I certainly do. Good. Got those. I could do. It would only be for XP. Forgot about that. Looks like I did all the level 5s. So I think I'm good to go. I can still get that saga. I can still get my voice. Not worried about. I already got my house peak favor. I think go. Alright, so salt mark. Okay, I see the time. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up soon. My plan next time will be to do Isle of Dread, basically. Farm out there for some gear, and then after I do that, level up, and then probably start farming Ravenloft. So, if anybody wants to farm Isle of Dread, like tomorrow afternoon, probably I'll be on that. And then later on, Ravenloft, I won't need the Trapper ring. So I'm happy to pass it if I pull one. I just need the boot. Okay, here, this is my first level 4 spell. And the thinking that goes into it is the best spell that I can get is probably this one, because it's a CC. For how I play, anyway. I always do Evards. I